Go ahead.
Like that almost perfect way to start the series, Lords, with what feels like a new era. How low can the team improve here going into the second test?
I mean, it's a pretty good performance. We were very happy with how we played across the board. But I think that just the key now is to stick with it. And, maybe in teams gone by in the past, that maybe we've gone away from what works. I think what we can do now is stick with it throughout the whole summer and see where that leads us.
There's a lot of talk of refining basketball, if you like, this aggressive approach. How does that look for you, though,
I think it just revolves around being really present, reading the game really well when you're out there. Maybe at times in India we didn't quite read the game as well as we could have, and you get punished against a team like India. But the most important thing for us is to back ourselves, keep being brave, and be really present when we're out there.
You've had an aggressive approach from your batting. Does that change at all?
Say that again, sorry.
You've always been very aggressive, like the way you bat from top. Does that change going forward?
No, absolutely not. No, I'm going to continue to be aggressive. I think we all are. I think that's why we've been backed, especially me over a period of time, is that I think we're naturally all quite aggressive players, and I just want to keep backing my instincts, and that is to be quite aggressive. Like I say, at times you've got to read the game and rein it in certain times, but naturally it's going to be quite aggressive. I think we all are.
5 batters made 50 but didn't reach 3 figures. Is that something that you can work on here? Maybe be a bit more ruthless, do you think?
I don't think so. I'm not a huge fan of the term ruthless when I'm batting. I feel like the harder you try, the worse it gets. A lot of those times when you get out, it's because you're trying too hard to get 100 or a score. I think all our best knocks as a group have come when, like I say, you're just present in the moment and you just keep playing. And sometimes you get some good balls. There's some good balls flying around the other day, but I think you just got to just relax and let it flow, and that's when the really big scores come.
It was an emphatic win, but we've seen the West Indies come back from these positions. Where are you guys of that guarding against the places?
Absolutely, we don't take anyone for granted. They've got some really, really good players who are very capable of taking the game away from us. So we've got to be sharp and perform like we did at Lords. It was a really good performance, and we want to back that up again here.
Away from there, Gareth Southgate has announced he's going to step down as England's football manager. Just your reaction to that, if you don't mind. What sort of legacy you think he will leave, the impact he's had on the team?
I mean, I actually didn't know that, but it was awesome to see how united the country's been. Every tournament we've gone well. The pubs have been full, the atmosphere's been awesome around the country, and I've loved it. When I first growing up, we weren't really getting that far, so to see us get to a couple of finals, a couple of semis has been awesome, and he's got to deserve a bit of credit for that.
Thank you.
Rory, go ahead.
Talking about energising the country and sort of unite people, can you tell us what it was like after the Lord's Test there? All the fans on the pitch stayed around, big celebration. Did it feel like a good moment of connection?
Absolutely, yeah. It was an awesome moment to be in there in the change room when Jimmy retired, and I'll always remember that, and great at the game. But just an honour to play with him and to see those celebrations at the end. Everyone was so happy for him that he could go out like that, and with all the people there, and he was on the balcony. Obviously, everyone saw that as well. So it was brilliant.
How do you feel that this team's connection with the fans in the country is? It's something that's been quite front and centre of what Baz and Ben have been trying to do last summer, obviously with the Ashes. You got the head of steam. Do you feel like this team is really close to its fan base?
I don't know, to be honest. That's a good question. I mean, I certainly feel like we get more comments from people outside of the ground, saying like, watched you play last week, loved it and stuff like that, which is awesome to hear. That's what you want. You want people to enjoy watching you play, and I certainly feel that's heightened after the Ashes last year, and that's what we want. We're here to provide something for the English people to enjoy, and and hopefully we can keep doing that.
And can I ask, are you expecting Jimmy to turn up as a netballer for you, with turns all over and keep you honest?
He is, yeah. He said he's going to bowl in the net, so I hope he's going to bowl cross seam. Now, I've faced enough seam up balls from him, so a few fluffers, a few half volleys. He'll put the ball wherever he wants, I suppose. So just half volleys from now on, I think, Jim.
Well,
Zach, as Jimmy retired, Stuart retired in the last summer, do you feel like a change of guard in this team? Do you now feel like a senior player, like you and Ronnie both have been around for quite a long time now, and got a few caps? Do you feel like a senior player?
Certainly a change in the guard. It's really good to see some young talent coming in. Gus, Dylan, lots of our guys, Potsy. These guys are really talented bowlers, and I find them hard to face. So they're going to be they're all going to go well when they get the chance, like Gus did. In terms of senior player, it's weird in our environment. You know, we're a very tight-knit group, and we're all encouraged to add to the environment, help the environment. Even Dylan coming in for his first game, you know, you're encouraged to help everyone around you. So, you know, I feel like we all have that responsibility. So, yeah, of course, I feel like I have responsibility to my teammates to help them, and but I think that's across the board, to be honest. So, yeah, I don't feel like more than leader than anyone else.
What about Dylan and Pennington? You faced him in county cricket this year on the nets last week or so. What did you make of it?
I haven't faced him in the game, but I faced him in the nets last week, and yeah, he's a really good bowler. Very skillful, hits good area, big lad, and yeah, I think he'll go really well when he gets his chance.
Ali, last one then, please. Oh, no, Bill.
Where's our last film was about doing this as well? I'll ask about the 70 odds at the beginning this year. How do you kind of, you said about it, I'm not going to obsess with through things, etc. So you kind of, you obviously take 70 when you walk out to battle zero next year. But how do you kind of feel about that? How can you kick those on?
Yeah, it's an interesting one. I haven't given it too much thought, to be honest. I'm just pleased to be playing well and try not to be putting too much pressure on myself. Obviously, you want more runs. You know, you get 190, you want 290. Every time you get out, you're disappointed. That's a given. You know, I don't think I've ever got out and not been disappointed. But you know, you just got to keep being yourself, keep playing your way your game, and hopefully I start getting bigger scores. But we won the game, so I was happy with that. If I'd have got 76 and we'd have lost, I'd have looked back and gone, Jesus, I could have got 150, but we won, so I was very happy with it.
And have you got any ambitions this summer in terms of, I mean, talk about changing the card and the testing, but presumably the World Cup, two World Cups now done in the last 6 months. Do you see that now people are getting that one side to face Australia at the end of the summer?
Of course, absolutely, I'd love to. I mean, who wouldn't? So, you know, I've got big aspirations in white ball cricket. You know, I've got to earn my place. I've got to earn my spot with runs and consistent performances, or maybe a couple of really standout knocks. But absolutely, that's certainly in my eyesight. You know, I want to be part of that team.
It's your 45th test tomorrow, Zak, and you've been part of the fixture and fittings now for 4 or 5 years. Your average is about 33, and 40 has always traditionally been seen as the sort of benchmark for international test players. Apart from the obvious answer of scoring more runs, how are you going to make up the shortfall, or does that not matter to you in terms of your average and you know, where you might stand?
Certainly doesn't bother me, the average, no. But you know, I'd like to win more games for England going forward. That's the kind of what I judge it off. You know, I probably you know, I haven't won that many games. I've played some really good knocks, but you know, that's my main goal going forward, is how many match-winning performances can I get for my team. And you know, I've certainly never looked at my average and gone, oh, I hope I can get one higher or things like that. You know, it's a pretty tough place to bat. They open the bat in England. You know, half your games here, and other places in the world, it's a pretty hard place to bat as well. So you know, I don't get caught up in things like that. Otherwise, I'll get pretty down myself a lot of the time. So you know, I try to keep my chin up and try and win games for England.
So you've got a mindset of just focusing on the team performances rather than as long as you're contributing.
My individual performance, which will help the team for sure, yeah. And like I say, I got 76 last week and we won, so I was happy with that. If I'd have got 76 and we'd have lost, I'd have questioned myself whether I could have got more. But you know, if I get runs and we win, then I see that as I've done my job.
Thank you. So just wait like that. Does the ring want to do a separate 5 minutes now afterwards? Okay.
Thank you. Happy days.
Nothing personal.
Cheers.